Hi Vibrant Souls, welcome or welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, this is Vibrant Soul Tarot and I'm super happy to have you here today. So today's pick a card reading, we're going to be looking at that person on your mind's next action or move towards you and towards this connection. This reading is going to be based off the current energy, so just know that nothing is ever set in stone. Things can change, people change, minds change. Also, we are going to be doing the overall energy of your situation in the first half of the reading, so you will know if it is your situation. And if that does not resonate, then you are more than welcome to choose another pile and find the one that works for you. So if this sounds like something you are interested in, welcome. So let's go ahead and get started. We have these 3 piles to choose from. Starting right here, we have pile number 1. We have the Muse Tarot deck along with this Aura Quartz. Moving along to pile number 2, we have the Santa Muerte Tarot deck along with this Smoky Quartz. And then last but not least, pile number 3, we have the Rainbow Tarot along with this Lepidolite Heart. All right, so please take as much time as you need in choosing your pile. If you do need more time, you're more than welcome to pause the video here. Take as much time as you need, like I just said. And when you do have your pile selected, I will post the timestamps in the description box below for your convenience as always. And I can't wait to see you guys at your reading. Bye. Hi, pile 1, welcome to your reading. If you chose the Aura Quartz or if you chose the Muse Tarot, whichever one, welcome. So today we are asking about that person on your mind's next action or move towards you and towards the connection. So first things first, we're going to look at the overall energy of your connection. This is going to help you figure out if this reading is for you. Before we get into any kind of predictions, I like to make sure that this is your reading, this is your connection I'm picking up on. So it should resonate for the most part. It is a general reading, so I don't expect every single detail to resonate for every single person, but for the most part you should know, you're like, yeah, this is my connection, this is how I feel, this is what's been happening. All of those are indicators of this is your reading. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I feel like I want to shuffle for you one more time. So Spirit, if you can please tune me in to my pile 1's situation here. Show me the overall energy of this connection for me. Please, thank you. What's the overall energy of this connection with pile 1 right now, please? Okay, we have the 4 of Swords for you. The overall energy of this connection. We have the King of Cups along with the 4 of Cups. Okay, let's get one more, but I'm kind of seeing this right here for the most part. We have the 2 of Wands. Okay, yeah. So I feel like the overall energy of this connection right now is no one's really seeming to do anything or making a move. Oh, we have the Death card at the bottom of the deck. So that could have indicated some sort of ending, whether it was official or not is kind of what I'm hearing. But I feel like right now you're kind of, or this person or both parties are kind of waiting for something to happen. You're like, well, what's the next move going to be? Oh my gosh, is this... You're literally watching a reading that's like, what's the next move? Well, welcome. You seemingly chose a good reading here because it's kind of seeming like the overall energy is like waiting for something to happen. Maybe hoping for something in the future. Maybe hoping for this person to reach out. Maybe this person's hoping for you to reach out. But it seems like there is some uncertainty when it comes to the future of this connection. I feel like either you or both parties are a little bit discontent right now of things going this way with this 4 of Cups, and you seemingly maybe focused on waiting for something to happen. And I think with this Four of Cups, that could be indicating too that there's something either you or either parties are not seeing. Now, that doesn't have to be a bad thing. This could just be like a reason for this, you know. But with the Four of Swords, I think that it's safe to say that, like I said before, right now it seems like it's kind of quiet between you and this person. Crickets, I guess you would say. The King of Cups here can also indicate both parties wanting to maybe put your emotions to the side. I know it's the King of Cups, so that sounds a little crazy because the King of Cups is someone who is definitely in tune with their emotions, but maybe like wanting to put your urges to the side in order to see what's going to happen. You know, maybe you've decided, well, I'm not going to reach out to this person this time because I do that every single time. I want to wait for them. I want to see what's happening with them, you know. So you're kind of trying to control, not let your emotions kind of get the best of you and to act out because of that. I think you're trying to be really mature here. I think you're trying to be the bigger person, but also you're like, okay, well, I need to know what's going to happen soon. Like, you're like, I'm not liking the way this is going. Something needs to change. For sure, something needs to change. And so I do think with this Two of Wands, you know, there is a hope for the future. There is a hope, or just seeing what's going to happen, wondering about the future. Seems to be the overall energy of what I'm seeing so far. So if that sounded similar, or your situation, like how you feel, or like your situation, kind of what's happening, then welcome to your reading. So now we're going to see what this person's next action is towards you based off the current energy of the situation right now. So Spirit, what is this person on pile one's mind's next action towards them? What can you tell us about their next move or action towards them? And I like to say based off the current energy, because when you are doing a prediction reading, you know, the tarot can be such a great tool for predictions, but I think for the most part, things can change so easily. It's like, you know, all someone has to do is literally change their mind and they change the whole course or the whole trajectory. They open up a whole new path. You know what I'm saying? So this is just a little bit of insight for you, but nothing is ever set in stone. So just felt like saying that. All right, Spirit. So what is this person's next move or action towards my pile one here? How is it looking for them? Oops. What is their next move or action? So we have the Queen of Cups. We have the Four of Pentacles. What is their next move or action? We have Justice, as well as we have the World. Okay. I'm going to get some clarifiers for you so we can see what's going on with this person and why. So the Queen of Cups, we have the Nine of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, we have the Four of Cups kind of coming again. Interesting. Justice, clarifying the Justice card for you. We have the Strength card. We also have the Nine of Pentacles coming out, but I'm just going to take one for right now. And with the World, whoop. Okay, so we have the Nine of Cups, and then we have the King of Pentacles. The Nine of Cups, I feel, is a good sign for you. And then the bottom of the deck, we have the Hierophant, which I feel is kind of a good sign for you as well. And, you know, the World being the end of this reading, I feel like this is... Let me talk about it first. Let me talk about what I'm seeing here first and see what kind of other messages come through with this channeling. I also want to get some oracles here, so don't worry. But okay, let's talk about what's going on with this person right now when it comes to making this move. The Queen of Cups and the Nine of Swords is telling me that right now this person is kind of scared to be 100% vulnerable with you. I feel like this person is feeling a type of way about you and about this connection, but they're kind of scared or hesitant to express themselves. And I think that with the Four of Pentacles, with the Four of Cups, it's like right now what this person is doing is staying in their comfort zone. They're trying to stay safe, trying to stay secure, but they're not happy about it either. I think the Four of Cups on both ends is that's kind of indicating that what we were seeing about this discontentment for how things are within this connection right now, that's happening on either both ends of you and this person. And so I think what is either going to happen or this person is being pushed to do is to find the strength to make something right here with the Justice card. Usually justice is about making the correct decisions. It's also about maybe wronging or I meant righting some wrongs as well. And then the fact that we had the Nine of Cups and the what is this? The King of Pentacles, because it's the Muse of materials in here. I just don't like when they're like completely different names. It's like it gets so confusing for me sometimes. But anyways, we had the King of Pentacles and then we had the Nine of Cups. And I think this is about this person kind of surrendering to what it is they've been wanting, feeling secure enough to reach out, feeling secure enough to address these issues, to express themselves, and end a certain cycle here with the World. Now, the Hierophant, it can also indicate somebody wanting commitment for you as well, but I feel this is like almost like a spiritual lesson for this person. Like, you know, if you want something to change, you have to be committed. You have to have discipline. You have to do something about it, because I see here, it's kind of like, for a while, I think it's going to be a little bit of the same for you. Like that kind of like, I don't know what's going to happen, a little discontentment, you know, and I think eventually this person is going to make a move. I think eventually this person is going to want to reach out and is going to want to express themselves. And whether that's tell their side of the story, or this is just end the certain circumstances, because the King of Pentacles is also a good sign of like wanting to be a stable figure in your life. The King of Pentacles is somebody that you can definitely rely on. And when I think of Pentacles, I think of relationship material. So maybe this is about this person wanting to be in a relationship with you, or at least wanting, like I said, wanting to be a stable figure around you in your 3D reality. You know, no more just thoughts, no more just in the head, kind of wanting to make something happen on this earth, which is funny because we have the World here as well too. And so they could want to offer you some sort of commitment here with the Hierophant, but the Seven of Cups underneath the Hierophant, yeah, this person is still kind of confused over like what it is they feel like they should do. I feel like they're definitely being pushed for this. And so with this being the end result, this is something that they're eventually going to do, but I think it may take a little while. Like, I don't think it's going to take like super long, but I think it's, if you're wondering if this person's going to reach out tomorrow, I wouldn't expect that for most of you. But let's see what the oracles have to say. So Spirit, what can you tell me about this person's next action or move? So we have trust, all will be well. And that kind of did kind of come out in reverse, but I'm going to put it up right. So we have trust, all will be well. Yeah, this person definitely has like fears or uncertainty of the future here. And I think that trust is something that maybe this person has an issue with themselves, trusting what they want. But I think this is about them just going for it and just having to trust that everything is going to work out the way that it's supposed to work out. It's like if you can't take the way things are right now and you want change, you literally have to do something about it, you know, to change or to create change. What else can you tell us about this person's next action or move towards pile one here, Spirit, please? talk less, feel more. Let's get one more. What can you tell us about... Oh, I said one more. Just kidding. Tend to the details. We have a lot of Virgo energy coming through. Virgo and Pisces. Because we have another Pisces card right here as well. And so this, you know, Virgo and Pisces are definitely opposite ends of the zodiac. They're sister signs for a reason. And so I think that this is about this person also not being so, with this Virgo energy, I'm kind of feeling like detail oriented. Like, I mean, I know that's what it says, attend to the details, but like thinking or worrying about every little thing, every little detail, what's going to happen next. And I think one of the goals of this, or what may happen, is that this person finally just surrenders to their emotions and to their feelings. Yeah, because like we have work through your feelings, and then we have know you are loved. What do we have at the bottom? We have go wild. Yeah, so I think eventually this person's definitely going to want to express themselves the way that they've been feeling, the things that they wanted to say. I'm getting for some of you, this person has something that they kind of want to get off their chest. And like I said, I think it's going to take a little bit of time, but I think it's looking pretty good based off the current energy that eventually they will. Now, if you've been like waiting forever, or if you're getting fed up with this, then that's something to take into consideration when it comes to maybe what you want to do to move forward. But all in all, since this is just the reading of their next move, I feel like it's gonna take some courage, and it's gonna take a little bit of maybe putting their ego to the side, putting their pride to the side, and doing it. But I feel like eventually they will do it for you. I feel like for some of you, this is like a confession. Not like a confession as in like, oh my gosh, I have to tell you how I feel, but it's like, it feels like on their end, it feels like they're like been holding back a bit. It feels like they've been trying to find the words to express themselves, especially with this talk less and feel more. Like, I feel like maybe they don't have the words to express themselves, but they will eventually. And I think that when it comes down to it, or when the time comes, it's almost like it's like they're gonna open up, and I don't want to say like word vomit, because that's what I was feeling like saying, like it was just gonna like be like but it's probably gonna be a little bit like, to you, it's going to be like, whoa, like, where did this come from? Interesting. Okay, I have one more deck, though, and then I want to get a channeled message or two. What can you tell us about this person's next move or action? Oh, look at it. We have Secret Admirer with a vase here. So this is like, yeah, them kind of keeping this to themselves. Pay attention to your work. We have getting together with friends. And then we have, this is interesting, we have the club. Someone will try to make you do something against your will. That's interesting. This person may try to convince you of something. Like, maybe if you're like, I don't want to talk to you, or I don't want to get back together, they may try to like convince you with this doing something against your will. But I feel like this is also important to remember what you want, what you expect, and what you deserve for sure. And then they may, like it says, they may try to ask you to get together with the getting together with friends. This could be them getting together with friends and maybe talking about you. For some of you, maybe you work with this person as well, with this desk, like pay attention to your work. Like maybe there's like, there's something here to note. And also this person could be very much like focused on their work right now. But yeah, with this vase, this Secret Admirer, that's why I was kind of feeling like this could have been like a connection here for you. Like, I mean, a connection, like a confession. So sorry, like a confession here for you. Like maybe this person is holding back. All right, so with that being said, let's get, so I feel like that left me a little bit more confused and you confused. Maybe for this club, if this person is trying to get you to agree to things that you don't want to agree to, or do things that you don't want to do, of course, stand firm in your boundaries. I feel like this is what that's talking about. If this person is trying to, you know, maybe go like overstep your boundaries, of course, you know, note that as well. But maybe this person wants to get together with you with this getting together with friends here. Or you may, for some of you too, you may even see this person when you go out with friends. Okay. What are some channeled messages from this person, please? Oopsies. Please have patience with me. I thought you'd never walk away. This patience can definitely be that, like, this person's higher self kind of coming through and being like, I'm scared to tell you how I feel. And like I said before, like, it may last a little while longer until they kind of come out with it. And so maybe they're like, just have patience with me, please. Like, I'm coming. I will, but, you know. Okay, we also have, unblock me right now. And then we have, I'm lying when I say I don't miss you. There's a lot of channel messages, and I didn't want to get this many because, for whatever reason, but I think I'm going to take, oh, look, we have, I'm sorry I hurt you, and then we have, never meant to hurt you. I think we'll leave it at that. Bottom of the deck, we have, you make me so proud. I think that right now this person's kind of going through some sort of, like, realization as well. Like, realizing maybe a lot about them, realizing that maybe they didn't make the best choices. And I think that for some of you as well, like, the reason why this person is holding back a bit is because maybe they are a little bit prideful of, like, admitting something, like admitting their wrongs or something like that. Or maybe they think that you don't want anything to do with them right now, and so they're trying to, like, not get their feelings hurt by talking to you, because if they feel like you would just reject them, then they would definitely that would definitely be like a blow or bruise to their ego for sure. And I think that this person is really hoping that you still even want anything to do with them. That could be why we have this Justice card as well too. Like how I was talking about, the Justice could be like righting some past wrongs, trying to fix the situation as well. And also with this club, just looking at it right now, how it's like the club with the spiked, they may be kind of scared of, like, getting hurt too. And also they could feel really bad if they did hurt you. Obviously there's like multiple cards talking about hurting you, or like at least hurting your feelings for the most part. And so there is some regret of that. So yeah, to sum it up, I mean, we're going to get your advice right now, but to sum up this reading for you, I feel like this person is going to eventually open up to you about what's been going on with them, about how they've been feeling when they muster up the courage or the strength, or they kind of put their ego to the side and decide to. That seems like that's going to be their next action or move towards you eventually. So on that note, let's go ahead and get some advice for you. What advice do we have here for pile 1 spirit about this situation? We have the Strength card coming for you and the World. Oh my gosh. So we have the Strength card coming for you and the World coming for you as well. So that's similarities. I think you had some similar cards too, was in the beginning as well. And so we have the 7 of Pentacles, which says, I trust my ideas and my direction. I feel like the World card here is definitely saying that there is going to be there's going to be an ending to the situation regardless. And I mean, as in like ending the way it's going right now. something is going to change here. Like there's something that's ending, like the cycle. And so it even says, I celebrate life and I welcome new energy. With the Seven of Pentacles, it feels like maybe this has been draining or going on for a long time. Like the Seven of Pentacles is like, you know, you're kind of like, well, I don't know what's going to happen next. I feel like I've been putting effort into this. I feel like I've been putting a lot of energy into this, whether that's just mental energy. And you're like, I don't know what's going to happen yet. Is it even worth it? I think that this is coming for you in your advice to say that something is going to change eventually, whether or not it's like how I said, it's like an ending or it's like a new ending to new beginning, but this is not going to last forever. So if you have been feeling very tired about this, or like you're just like, ugh, I don't know what to do, this is kind of coming to say to just trust that nothing will last forever. The situation is, there's going to be some kind of change here. Now we have the Strength here, which is talking about I can deal with whatever comes my way. Yeah, whatever that is, whatever the change that is, just know that you're strong enough to overcome anything, that you're able to handle it regardless. I heard toughest soldier or something like that, and then I also heard like, I don't want to be the toughest soldier anymore. And so I think Spirit kind of feels your frustration a bit about maybe challenges, and maybe especially in the love department and things like that, and that's perfectly fine. But just remember that you're always going to come out on top of any situation. You're always going to succeed of any situation, of any challenge, of any kind of confusion. You will see the light, you will see the clarity, you know, you will overcome. Sometimes we forget how strong and resilient we really are, and that we are able to take on anything. Now, that doesn't mean you have to take on everything, you know what I'm saying? But it's just a good reminder to remember that you can handle anything. Sometimes, especially even like in life, like if we are faced with a challenge of any kind of sort, sometimes we get anxiety, we get fear, because deep down, sometimes we forget that we're gonna do it. We're gonna overcome it. We're capable. We're more than capable. And so Spirit's saying you're more than capable of handling anything here. Change is coming regardless. And so you're not going to be in this energy of like, what if forever? What do I do? Where's it going? It seems like there's a lot of questions kind of rising here as well. So just know that I feel like the answers are coming to you soon. Oh, look at right at the bottom of the deck, we have Six of Swords, which it literally says, I know that peaceful times will come. Yeah, you're on the way. You're on the way. Don't worry too much about it. Try not to worry your pretty little head, pile one. Everything's going to be okay. I promise. Eventually. Even if it doesn't seem like it. So on that note, I think I'm like looking around. I'm like, do I have anything else? Nope. I think I am going to leave this reading here for you. So thank you so much for staying till the end. Thank you so much for all who like, comment, share your stories or your support with this channel. It means so much to me. Thank you for all who subscribe. And I love you guys so much. And if you enjoyed this reading and you're not subscribed, and maybe you want to enjoy another one or see what else there is, you know, with the other readings and things like that, you're more than welcome to subscribe now so you don't miss out, if that's something you're willing to do, of course. And I will see you there. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the Smoky Quartz Tower, or if you chose the Santa Muerte Tarot, either way, welcome. So today we are asking about that person on your mind's next action or move towards you, towards this connection. But first, I want to see the overall energy of your connection. This is going to be the part that will, that will allow you to know if this is your reading or not. It is a general reading, so I don't expect every single detail to resonate for every single person, but for the most part, you should be able to see that this is your connection that I'm talking about here. Ooh. All right. So what is the overall energy of this connection, Spirit, for Pile 2? What is the overall energy here of their connection? have the Two of Cups. We have the Sun. We have the Moon. And we have the Ten of Cups. Ooh. This is already very interesting energy. I love that we have the Sun and the Moon literally right next to each other. Let's get a couple clarifiers and we'll talk about it. Clarifying the Two of Cups here for pile 2. We have the High Priestess. Clarifying the Sun here. Jeez. We have the Emperor. Okay. Clarifying the Moon here. Okay. So we have the Four of Swords, we have Temperance, and we have the Two of Swords. So I'm going to put the Two of Swords because I feel like that kind of sums up. Okay. And clarifying this Ten of Cups, please. We have the Eight of Swords in reverse. Bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Cups. All right. I feel like this is definitely a connection that you feel very, very, very much intuitively drawn to this person, or this, and vice versa. I feel like this is definitely a connection that has a lot of potential. I feel like the only problem right now is a little bit of uncertainty for the future with the Moon. I think this could be a little bit of a trigger for both of you. Like with the Moon, I feel like this is like subconscious things maybe coming to light, like subconscious fears, subconscious worries. Is this person who they say they are? Are they keeping secrets from me? What do I need to know? I need to have some sort of clarity before I decide on what to do next with this person. I feel like this is kind of that energy that I'm feeling here. We have the Ten of Cups here, which is a beautiful energy of fulfillment. This is like, oh my gosh, this could be everything that I've ever wanted. But also we have this Eight of Swords in reverse of like, well, am I seeing this clearly? Am I being crazy? Am I being foolish? Am I blind? That's the kind of energy. It's like, I think there's a strong desire of wanting to just hurry up and know if this person is the person for you, because you feel like you want this person to be the person for you. This feels like somebody that you can have a romantic connection with. We have the Knight of Cups at the bottom. This person, you definitely have feelings for them. The feelings are there. They're flowing. Intuitively, you think about them. I feel like you think about this person a lot. This person may think about you a lot as well. And it's like you just want to do what you have to do in order to be happy here. But there seems to be a little bit of mystery, a little bit of uncertainty here. That's kind of maybe, it's like, it almost feels like a little cloud kind of coming in on your sunny day. And you're like, well, now I don't know. You're like, everything was going great. It did seem good. It seemed perfect. But now you're like, I don't know. So you want to know. Don't we all? Don't we all, though? So if that kind of sounds like, for the most part, oh, there's one more message too, which kind of, it kind of sums up what we've been talking about with this Ten of Cups and this Eight of Swords in reverse. I feel like for some of you, you may have been doubting yourself. You may have thought, like, is this all in my head? Is it me? Or are they feeling it too? Or is this something that, could be? There just seems to be a little bit of doubt here with certain choices. Or, and this could be on this person's end too, like doubting or not trusting where they're feeling drawn to, where they're feeling led as well. So I love this duality though, that we have right here, night and day, literally. Maybe that could indicate for some of you as well that this connection, like how I was saying before, it was going great, and now it seems like it's kind of, the sun went down a little bit and now you're confused. It's like you once felt so sure about this connection and now you're a little bit confused. And yeah, but the Knight of Cups at the bottom, is indicating for sure there is feelings here on both ends, romantic feelings for sure. So if this sounds like, kind of what's going on, it sounds like your situation, then let's go ahead and get into the portion that you came here for, which is, what is their next action and move towards you? Excuse me. That was rude. All right. You know what's crazy is I'm kind of indicating the fact that that happened like that is, this is like, is there going to be a new direction? Like, you know, what it was going this way, a new direction in this connection. That rhymed. Let's see though. All right, Spirit. So based off the current energy of pile 2 finding this reading right now, whenever they come across it, what is this person on their mind's next action or move towards them in this connection, please? What is their next action or move? We have the 6 of Pentacles. We have the moon coming out again. That pesky moon. I feel like this has been something that's kind of been, it's like a veil. It feels like, you know, the moon can represent illusions, and I feel like it's something that's kind of just, you know, how we were kind of referring to that clear sunny day. It's like that, this fog coming in, it seems, for you. What's up with that? Let's see. I saw the 8 of Wands. That's a good sign. What is this person's next move? I'm letting it spin. Where do you want to land? Oh, we have the 8 of Wands. What is their next move? And then we have the Ace of Cups. Wow. Okay, I want to get to just a couple clarifiers, but it's a pretty clear message for sure. But I just want to get the clarifiers so we can get a little bit deeper, like a little more information. You know, a lot of times the clarifiers are like, this is like the reason, or this is like what it is, and the clarifiers are like the why, if that makes sense. So 6 of Pentacles here, please. Clarifying. I really want to clarify this moon since it's come up. I love that. So we have the Knight of Cups and we have the Magician. I love that. And this is all pretty much like what I was kind of feeling with this already. Like it's a pretty clear message. I don't even know why I'm doing this, but here we are. Clarifying the moon, please. Yeah. Okay. Clarifying the 8 of Wands. We have the 10 of Swords. Clarifying the Ace of Cups. We have the Chariot. Bottom of the deck, we have the 3 of Wands. This person is definitely going to take some sort of action towards you. I want to say soon, but I hate doing timings because I know that sometimes you guys, I've seen in the comments, the timings will be taken like quite literal, and it's different for everybody. It is a general reading, so just the timing doesn't matter. Maybe we can do that in another reading or something, but I don't feel like it's going to take long. I feel like this person has been doing a lot of thinking about themselves and about what's been going on within them, and I think there's been some realizes that they may be getting in their own way, or they may be letting their own fears kind of control them, dictate their decisions. And I think with this 8 of Wands and the 10 of Swords, I think this person is kind of fed up with how they're feeling about this situation, and they want to make it better. They want to do something about it. And so the Ace of Cups is definitely of like, it could be, it could be an expression, but the Ace of Cups is usually like a new beginning, or a beginning, or like it's a new beginning of emotional potential. And with the Chariot clarifying this, I do believe this is like, all right, let's push through anything that was kind of holding us back before. Let's kind of get over that hump and let's see where this goes again, is what I'm getting. The 3 of Wands is definitely indication of a realization of goals and bridging some sort of gap or closing in some sort of distance that this person feels with you. This could indicate maybe this person's far away, like a long distance connection, but also this could indicate that they're feeling a little bit distant from you or from this connection, whether that's emotionally. And I think that they're going to present you with, like, whether this is an offer. We have the Knight of Cups. We have a bunch of cards that do indicate a love offer, but I feel like that's kind of I feel like that's overused. I feel like maybe I've overused it in the past. So I think that's just me, but obviously I don't know what else would you even call it? You know, like it's anyways, I think that this Six of Pentacles is, and the Knight of Cups is like this person saying, like, all right, there's feelings here. I gotta do something. I gotta give something back. You know, it's time for me to be a little bit generous with my love this time. If that's how you felt in the beginning, like maybe you were being a little bit generous before, and then maybe this person pulled back a little bit, or whatever had happened, this person is kind of realizing, they're like, all right, I gotta give something to get something here. You know, give a little to get a little. And with that being said, it's like, these fears and this uncertainty is just a part of this person's path and your path, with the Hermit here as well. It's like the Hermit is all about, you know, that soul searching. It's all about that finding the answers within you. And then the Moon is all about subconscious as well. And it's about our fears. It's about illusion. So I think, like I said before, this person is kind of realizing that they've been getting in their own way, that also that, you know, they need to kind of take a cold hard look at their selves, and face some sort of uncertainty regardless. And maybe you don't know the answers all the time to what's going to happen. That's definitely Moon energy. Moon energy is like, you got to take those next steps in the dark before you see the light. And with the Eight of Wands here, this is like, well, I feel like I should be going this way, and that's towards you. That's towards this new beginning. So they're most likely going to take that next step for sure. I think this the Eight of Wands, Eight of Wands energy came in due to them not liking the way it's going right now. You know, the Ten of Swords is kind of like, this is a rock bottom energy. This is like something that you don't want to face. You don't want to deal with. It's something that, you know, it's like either it could end horribly or it could go great. And I think that this person's like, F it, you know, let's just see. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's get some oracles. Any more information? Spirit. Ooh, I don't know why I got a little choked up there. I didn't get like choked up, like that wasn't in my throat. It felt like I was like... I'm sorry if that sounds so weird on the other end, but I got like a little anxiety. I was like, Maybe this person's gonna have a little bit of anxiety when they're expressing themselves, or when they're making this move towards you. Let's see. I heard a shot in the dark. Interesting. Okay, so what can you tell us about this person's next move or action towards pile 2? Work through your feelings. Just as I was saying, we kind of got that anxiety, like right when I was gonna like take that next step, I was like, whew. So yeah, I think this person is definitely going to want to work through something here with you. Like maybe this could also be them working through their own feelings and their own issues. But I think this is definitely indicating through the connection. Like, how are you feeling? How is this person feeling? What's going on? We can work through it. And the Chariot is a big energy of working through it. The Chariot is an energy of pushing through anything that's kind of blocking you at this time, to come out on the other side stronger, because the next card after that is the Strength card. And so I think that, yeah, this person is going to want to address certain things with you, and they're going to want to work on it. It's not like they want to just, yeah, we have assessed the situation at the bottom. I think that they're not wanting to sweep this under the rug or just kind of let it go, you know, per se, like kind of just let it, they're not going to avoid it much longer is what I'm saying. And I think that they've realized that there's things that they have been avoiding within them. All right, what else can you tell us about... Oh, we have unleash your kindest self and make time for self-love. I'm getting a message right now with this make time for self-love. It's like the way that they are, it seems to be a reflection of them, which is really interesting. Oh, we have let your fears dissolve, kind of like that Moon energy, letting them kind of just be in doing it anyways. But I was gonna say, like, with this make time for self-love, we have this person in the mirror, or in the water in this moon, and it's like a reflection. And then we also have the Hermit, which indicates the inner self here. And I think that they're realizing too, like, a lot about themselves through you and through this connection. Like, this connection or whatever's going on with them is bringing them closer to themselves, and they're realizing that the way that they may treat other people or the things around them is definitely a reflection of them. So, you know, when they're kind to you, it's like they're kind to themselves as well. When they're not being a good person, they're probably not that good of a person to themselves. It's kind of all seems to be mirroring this and indicating this somehow. But I love that we have that let your fears dissolve. I think that this is definitely a pivotal point for them when it comes to expressing themselves to you, because I think, like, with that 10 of Swords, like we were saying before, it's kind of like that enough is enough. Either it continues on this way, or, you know, it goes another direction. But I think they're willing to kind of risk that here for you, regardless of, like, how it ends up. We're going to get some channeled messages from this person, but I want to get one more oracle card just to get as much information for you as possible about their next move towards you. Every time I do that, like, every time I try to think of the reading that you're actually here for, it leaves my head. Man. Okay, so can you tell us anything else about their next action? So we have Pale. Time to get out of a situation. And we have Pin, new job and career. Let's get one more. And we also have Cracked Cup with dissatisfaction with life. Yeah, so this is definitely indicating the change that they're wanting to bring. Ooh, look at the bottom of the deck, we have Tiger, which is doing something risky and taking a chance. This is very indicating, this is a great indication for what we were kind of just talking about right now, about this person just really being fed up with their life. And I think with this Pale, it's almost like I'm picturing someone drowning, or someone at least having, like, maybe like a flood, and they're realizing that they have to get themselves out now. It's like they have to take the pail and they have to scoop up the water. They have to do the work in order to, you know, get themselves out of this situation. They could have dug themselves in this situation, and that could be indicating that as well. But all in all, we're definitely seeing, yes, there's a dissatisfaction with the way this person's life is going, and the only person that's going to be able to change that is them. And so they're going to have to face their fears. They're going to have to do what they need to do, whether that's, you know, facing certain consequences as well, or anything, like kind of addressing the situations, addressing a lot of the things that they've been avoiding within themselves. We have the Tiger doing something risky, taking a chance. It seems like that's like the only option they feel they have left right now, and that's what they're gonna do. Wow. All right, so let's get some channel messages. I just want to get a couple for you guys. I didn't want to get too many channel messages like I normally do about the feelings, but I kind of want to get just a wee bit. Oh, yeah. I was gonna say this with the new job and career, but I felt like, I don't know, like I just felt like it did need to be addressed. But now that this is coming out, for sure, it definitely needs to be addressed. This person is definitely kind of fed up, I feel like, on all ends of their life. I feel like they are a little bit insecure about their situation right now, and it's like on all ends of the spectrum. It's like with this connection and also with you. I think this person definitely does want to fix that. And I think that this person wants you to see a certain side of them that they aren't necessarily ashamed of. I feel like this person's a little ashamed of their situation right now, which could also be indicating them kind of holding back a bit. Like in the beginning when it was all good and everything, maybe it was starting to get real and intense and stuff, and they're like, oh my gosh, no, I don't want pile 2 to see this side of me. I don't want them to see me going through hardships right now and certain things. And so they may have pulled away out of their own kind of shame, which obviously leaves you a little confused on the other end. That's why communication is always very, very important in every situation, because if they didn't tell you this or express this to you, or, you know, anything like that, then it's like that's going to leave you feeling like, what the heck? And I think that's a realization that they are having as well, that their actions do have an effect, a different effect or their intentions may get misconstrued unless they're honest, you know, and open. Oops. So we have I don't know how I feel coming out. Let's get... Yeah, I think this person is a little confused at times, especially in the emotional department. Oh, and then look, because we have I don't deserve you. Yeah, and so this person definitely feels a little bit unworthy of your time, of your love, and a little bit insecure. And so maybe that's why they're like, I don't know how I feel, or they're like, it's almost like I'm getting the message of like, I don't know how I should feel, which I always like to say to people, excuse me, burped. I always like to say to people that, that could be indication of needing to release that as well. But that could be no, now I forgot what I was going to say. Now I'm repeating the same sentence. Hold on, go back, rewind. What was I going to say? Oh, when people say that, like when they're like, well, I shouldn't feel this way, I always like to kind of like say like, hey, you know, like there's no right or wrong way on how you should feel. How you feel is how you feel. And I think it's important for us to invalidate. I think it's important for us to validate our feelings regardless of how we quote unquote think we should or should not feel in a situation. And I think that it's almost as if, because of what's going on around this person, because they're feeling a little insecure, they're like, well, I don't know if I should continue these feelings. It's like they just, I mean, we have multiple indications that they're a little secure and they feel like they're not worthy of your time, of your love, and of your affection, which is quite sad. I mean, it's sad for anyone, I think, and no matter what, for anyone to have that kind of deep, like, feeling, whether that's a belief or they just feel that way. That's sad to me, you know? I just am like, oh. We also have my last relationship wrecked me. Okay, so that could be indication of trust issues, these fears coming up as well, of them maybe projecting a lot of these things onto this connection and onto you. Okay, so we have let's make up. I guess I said I wasn't going to do a lot of channel messages. I should just not say things because it always ends up going the opposite way when I say that. So just ignore that. So at the bottom of the deck, we have let's make up. So we have I don't know if we can fix this. That's that kind of doubt. I feel like that, like uncertainty of like, I don't know. And I think that's maybe they're kind of worried about your end of this as well too. Like whatever you want to do. We have, we make a great team. Oh, and then we have, I miss you so much, but I'm too stubborn to tell you. When I read we make a great team, I was really thinking, what came to my mind is in the beginning, the first half of your reading was that Two of Cups and that sun coming out together. Like almost like when those two cards came out together, I was like, oh, like what's the issue here? But then we saw the issue here after. But you know what I'm saying? It's like they do feel like you are a great person and that, you know, you and them work together very well. It just seems to be, yes, like that Hermit and that Moon. Like, again, it's this person's own insecurities, their own fears that are stopping them. It really has nothing to do with you. If anything, you kind of came in and helped this person bring all these things to light. Like, this could have been things that this person either was avoiding or was lying dormant. And so it's like their feelings for you or this connection came through and kind of brought all these things to the surface, and maybe they panicked, you know. It seems to be, that's why we have like, oh, it's risky for this person. But that's just, you know, honestly, it's a risk that we all are we need to take. I've said this before in other readings, I think too, because this comes out a lot, like, and it's understandable. You know, we've all been there, especially in a relationship, but it's like you kind of, sometimes we have to remind ourselves that yes, everything is a risk. If you want a successful connection, if you want a beautiful, open, honest, vulnerable connection with somebody, you have to risk getting heartbroken. Same thing for anything else. You know, if you want a successful career, you kind of have to take risks, and you have to risk failure, or you have to risk, you know, starting over. If you want to be heard by a bunch of people, if you want your voice to be heard, you have to risk being misunderstood. These are all things and the fears that kind of come out and come up when we're doing something that we feel is quote unquote risky. But I like to remind people as well is that, you know, if you don't even take any risks, then you're risking the whole thing. Like, it's basically like if you're not going to sacrifice your fears, then you sacrifice your desires at the same time. So either way, something's getting sacrificed here. And so I like to tell people that they're able to decide which one that is, you know? So maybe if you talk to this person, tell them that. That's so funny. I feel like I always give advice to the other person, and they're not here. So funny. Okay, so with that being said, I want to get some advice for you in your situation here, and maybe anything you need to know on your end. So let's see. So Spirit, what advice do we have for pile 2 about their situation here? Bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Wands, which is I make decisions without pressure. We have the Eight of Cups, which is I accept my situation without resistance in this deck. We have the Knight of Pentacles, which is I deserve financial security in this deck. And then we have the Three of Cups, which is I embrace joyful opportunities. Okay, I just can't help to think that the fact that we have the Eight of Cups, the Three of Cups, and the Knight of Wands, there could be some issues here, or maybe things coming up for you about somebody being faithful. That could be something that you've been working on. Like, is there a third party situation? Is this person reliable like this Knight of Pentacles, or are they like Knight of Wands where they're a little bit all over the place, kind of just follow, you know, where their desire takes them? I think that there's a need for you to assess your feelings as well. And I feel called to tell you that you are able, or I feel called to remind you that you are able to sniff things out when you need to, but not to let your fears kind of take over, your worries to take over. I feel like with this Knight of Pentacles, it's telling you, obviously, you deserve somebody who is a stable person, who is going to be reliable, who is going to be faithful, and also somebody that is going to take you very, very seriously. Now, I feel like this person could do that, but I feel like there's also some issues here within you coming up about trust and about things like that. That could be due to whether that's the past situations, or, you know, like, or a past connection as well. That's obviously, that could be very, that's what I mean to say is I understand that if you were in situations before where, there was infidelity or something like that, I completely understand, you know, ew, I just spit. I completely understand that, you know, those fears are something that can come up and be issues. I think Spirit's saying to trust yourself, trust your intuition. And again, it's a risk. If you don't know for sure if that's what this person is, then it's a risk, again, that you're willing to take. But just to know that, just a reminder that you are capable of having the realizations, you're capable of making the decisions that you need to make. And obviously, Spirit wants you to make the choices that are best for you, regardless of whatever a reading says or what someone else says or anything like that. You know, it's all about you. And then the Three of Cups is also an indicator of joy and friendship and things like that too. And so, you know, focus on how you feel as well. If a person or a situation, say when you and this person reconnect, and are you feeling joyful? Is it feeling good? Is it right? I think there's a need for you to trust yourself and trust your intuition here within this situation. And the I accept my situation without resistance, I believe there's a message here, kind of like that risky message. So maybe I was talking to the right people as well too. Like, if this is something that you are going to want to work on and that you're going to want to fix, you know, you kind of have to accept the past is the past and move forward. If you're not able to do that, then that's an indicator for you as well on decisions that you feel you need to make. Important decisions. You know what I'm saying? If you're not able to overcome anything of the past and accept that and move forward, then that's your answer right there. If you are, then I think that there's an indication of, you know, leaving the past in the past, because the Eight of Cups can also be like, you know, letting go of your current situation and stepping into the unknown as well too, taking those steps and leaving what you know to be safe or what you know to be, you know, normal for you, and trying new things, trying something different. That can be a little bit scary, but I am called to remind you as well that after the 8 of Cups comes the 9 of Cups, which is emotional fulfillment, and that's a risk, you know, within itself too. You know, I feel like it's risky business here, this whole love thing, this whole relationship thing. It is risky business, but the main message here that I feel called to remind you is that you have a superpower within you, which is your intuition, and it's there whenever you need it. You're able to feel things out, and also when information is given to you, important information, signs, things like that, don't ignore them. Underneath this Nine of Wands, we have the King of Pentacles, which is even an upgrade from the Knight of Pentacles as well too. So that's interesting. Don't be afraid to work on your relationship as well, like a friendship here too with this person, if that's something you feel like you want to, like, just to make sure you guys get along. Which obviously that's something you would do. I feel like I'm telling you that and you're like, okay, duh, like that's one of the most important things, but for some reason I don't know why I felt like saying that. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna leave this reading here for you. I really hope it helped. I hope you got something out of it. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for letting me read for you. Thank you for being here, of course. And thank you to all who support the channel, which is just liking a video is such a simple way to support this channel, or just show that, you know, you liked it. Thank you to all who subscribe, of course. Love you guys so much. And if you enjoyed this reading and you would like to see more, and you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe if that's something you'd be interested in, so you don't miss out on another one. And I'll see you there. Bye. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading if you chose the Lepidolite Heart or if you chose the Rainbow Tarot, whichever one. Welcome. So today we are asking what that person on your mind's next action or move towards you is. But first I want to get the overall energy of the situation first, just so you'll know if this reading is for you. It should resonate for the most part to where you're like, yeah, that sounds like me, that sounds like my situation, that sounds like what I'm going through, or even if you're like, that sounds exactly like how I feel. Those are all indications for sure that this is going to be your reading. And I like to do this in particular when we're doing predictions, you know, so things don't get a little misconstrued. I think I said that right. You get what I'm saying though. So we're going to do that first, and then we're going to ask what their next move is towards you. What's the next action they're going to take towards you? So first, Spirit, what is the overall energy of this connection right now with Pile 3 and the person on their mind, please? What's going on with them? So we have the 4 of Pentacles. We have the Tower. We have the Page of Wands. We have the 10 of Cups. Clarifying the 4 of Pentacles here. We have the 5 of Cups. And we have the Ace of Swords. Clarifying the Tower. Oopsies. We have the 6 of Wands and we have the 4 of Wands. Okay, that's interesting to say the least. The Page of Wands here. We have the 9 of Cups and the 10 of Cups. Oops, oh my gosh. We have the Ace of Cups in reverse. Okay. This definitely seems like Oh, bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Swords. Okay, that's why I was feeling that way. Okay. So the Nine of Swords is definitely indicating to me that there is some fears of the future in regards to this connection. There's a little bit of uncertainty here. Now, with the Four of Pentacles and the Five of Cups, I feel like there's been a feeling of loss here, whether that's on both sides or one side, but I feel like there's still both sides are holding on to this connection regardless of what has happened, because with this Tower moment here within here, I feel like this could have been an indication or a need for some sort of drastic changes and that will amount to something better, of course. Like, I feel like the goal of these changes were to, you know, make it work or to have something successful. We have the Four of Wands and we have the Six of Wands. These both are indications of success here, something working out. There's an indication of maybe a union here for you and this person. Now, the Tower could be the drastic changes that need to be implicated, though, in order for this to happen, which could be why there's this feeling of uncertainty. Like, are these changes going to happen? Is it going to be different? Is it gonna work out? The Tower is giving me, again, more of like uncertainty, but there's definitely maybe the foundations that you and this person had, they seem to have crumbled. That could have been due to actions. That could have been due to realizations. We had that Ace of Swords. For some of you, you could have found out some sort of information here about this situation that kind of had caused this shakiness. Now it's like, well, I don't know if this is going to be what I thought it was going to be. Before it was going fine, or before it was, you know, I had this idea, and now it seems to be there's kind of something that kind of had shaken the situation up a bit. But nonetheless, we have the Page of Wands and the Nine of Cups, which is indicating, well, I still feel a desire for this person. I still want this to work. I feel like I could be happy here, and within this situation, if it works out in my favor, that's kind of what I'm getting here. Because then we have the Ten of Cups, we have the Nine of Cups, the Ten of Cups, which is again a fulfillment. And the Page of Wands is about you feeling like I meant to say like you feeling pulled still in that direction. Like, you're like, well, I still want to see what happens. I still want to see where it goes, even though maybe there's a side of you that's like, oh, I don't know if I should, or I don't know, you know what I'm saying? There's still that kind of uncertainty, but for the most part, there's a strong desire to make this work here in this connection. The Ace of Cups in reverse could be indicating a feeling like, is this opportunity going to work out? Is there a missed opportunity here? It kind of depends. So I feel like right now it's still up in the air, although the outlook for somebody in particular, whether that's both ends, you or this person, it doesn't seem to be too positive. Like, the focus, this isn't a prediction. I'm saying it doesn't seem to be like they're very secure about it working out. But then there's just this energy of, well, it still could be. There's this energy of like, it's still possible, that seems to be someone kind of holding on to some sort of hope here in regards to this. And so we have the Two of Swords underneath the Nine of Swords. So right now you just don't know what to do. I think that it's like, I think right now you may be torn between your head and your heart. Your head could be saying, this isn't going to work out, because I'm getting with this Nine of Swords, this kind of black cloud, like there's like these doubts or these fears coming through, kind of telling you, well, this isn't going to work out. You're being crazy. All of this is for no reason. And then you have this heart energy, like that Page of Wands energy, that's like, well, I still want to see, I still need to know. It's almost like you're like, I want what I want, even though it doesn't really make sense right now. Kind of that energy here. Because we have the Two of Swords, and then we have the Seven of Swords, and we have the Seven of Cups. Yeah, there could have been some betrayal here within this situation, or that could just be a fear. Depending on, it's a general reading, depending on your situation here. That could be a fear, or maybe there was some sort of deception here. But yeah. For the most part, I think that's it. I think if that feels like you, if that feels like what you're going through, if you're like, hey, that's it. I don't know what you're saying. Anyways, if that resonated for you, welcome. Welcome to your reading. So today, or now, tonight, whenever you're watching this, we're going to be looking at what their next action is towards you. What's their next move towards you in this connection? So Spirit, can you please tune me in to this person's next action or next move based off this current energy of whenever pile 3 is coming across this reading, please? Thank you. Okay. All right. What is their next action here towards pile 3? We have the Tower coming out again. We have the Page of Wands coming out again. And you guys saw me shuffle, okay? You saw all those shuffles. So we have the Tower. We have the Page of Wands coming in reverse this time, though. I'm going to take it in reverse. That feels right. We also have the King of Cups. What is this person's next action towards... next move towards pile 3 here, please? We have the Ten of Wands in reverse. We also have Justice. So I'm going to put the Justice to the side because I think that's something all on its own. We have the Ace of Swords coming out again. Oops. So we have the Nine of Pentacles, which I'm going to clarify with the Tower. I don't know. That doesn't feel right, though. Maybe this, I'm going to put this over. I never do this. That's so weird. But I'm going to put this over with the Justice. Because I feel like these kind of go together. But nonetheless, let's clarify this Tower here. For you. Spirit, clarify this Tower card. We have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse as well. Clarify this Page of Wands here. We have the Devil. Clarifying this King of Cups. We have the Two of Cups. This is an interesting energy for you, pile 3. Okay, and clarify the Ten of Wands. We have the Judgment. Okay. I think there's a message. Bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Swords. Okay. I feel like what's happening right now with this person and when it comes to their next action or next move towards you, yes, there is a lot of realizations, but I think that there's an avoidance of taking some sort of accountability here with the Judgment and the Justice card. Not the Justice card, the Ten of Wands in reverse and the Judgment card. I feel like right now they're feeling like whatever had happened is kind of a lot. It's maybe a little bit too much to bear for them, or at least for the situation at this time. And I think that there's almost like a need to just want to confess everything as well at the same time. It's like if this person's not willing to lay it all out on the table and address every single thing that that's needing to be addressed, I'm getting a message here that it's not going to change anything. And I think that with this Tower moment and the Wheel of Fortune, this person could want another a shot with you. They may want to come in, or they may come in and offer that something towards you. This is just kind of like, it's different. It's going to be different for everybody. But I feel like the main message here for you, pile 3, is that things are going to probably end up in the same way that they were before, unless, you know, this person faces this sort of judgment here. And the Judgment is definitely a wake-up call. The Judgment is a call to action. It's usually, sometimes it's something that had happened, and that a lot of time it's referred to as a resurrection, because it's like now you see how something is. You've seen how your choices have affected a situation, and you have a chance to either change or you have a chance to stay the same. And I think honestly with the Page of Wands in reverse and the Devil here, it's like this person seems to be very stuck on you. This person seems to be a little bit obsessed here. There's an obsessive energy here that I'm getting with this Devil card, but also there's a kind of a toxic energy here of like, it's really hard to explain this energy. But see, I think on this side, we have the Justice and we have the Nine of Pentacles. This is about knowing what it is that you deserve and giving that to you. But I don't think this person's able to do that right now. And so I think there's mixed messages when it comes to their next action or next move towards you, because they're still trying to decide right now, or they're still wondering if they're capable of being that person that you need them to be, and implicating those changes. Because I think the fact that we had the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune, it's like regardless of what happens, it seems like if it's not on a firm foundation, it's not going to work out anyways. The Wheel of Fortune is very fated energy, and the fact that it's coming in reverse, it seems like it's not the best circumstances to have a solid foundation on in the first place. And so yes, there's a desire here for you. Yes, there's a want for this relationship and a need for this person to overcome a lot emotionally in order to have this relationship. But it seems like right now they're kind of in this limbo of, I don't know if I'm able to do that, with the Four of Swords. So I wouldn't be surprised if this person either doesn't make a move towards you, or they do, and it's gonna just be a repeated cycle for some of you. And I think that there's this karmic energy here with the Nine of Pentacles of a realization of what it is you deserve. And I think that's coming on both ends, not just them realizing that pile 3 deserves, obviously, to the world and to be treated properly or to be treated better. But I think this is a realization for you as well. Let's see what the oracles have to say. We have forgive already at the bottom. This person could want your forgiveness. For sure, that's something that may be needed. But with the Ten of Wands in reverse, it's like there's a lot to unpack here. There's a lot to it is a release for sure with the Ten of Wands being in reverse. But it's like, again, I'm getting that same message with the Judgment, that for most of you, there's a resistance to facing this. Oh my gosh, release your blocks right there. What is this person's next action towards pile 3, please? We have Go Wild, the full moon in Leo. What is this person's next action towards pile 3, please? We have Take Inspired Action. What is this person? We have Take a Reality Check. And then we have that Forgive coming out as well. Okay, I want to get another oracle here for you, and then we'll talk about it. What is this person's next action towards pile 3, please? Oh, I didn't see it. I was going to get more, but that's already like 4 cards. So we have Rainbow at the bottom, which is the most difficult part of a situation is over. That rainbow energy is kind of like, reminds me of like that, what would you call it? Like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like transference? No, like alchemy, maybe alchemizing. I don't know. Let's see what we have here though. So we have I, which is psychic ability, trust your intuition. We have Funnel, which is period of frustration, lessons to be learned. We have Club, which is someone will try to make you do something against your will. Teardrops, great personal sorrow. We have Bow, which is you are highly thought of. And then we have Unicorn, which is, again, use your intuition to make beneficial changes. So with this Take Inspired Action, pile 3, this person's next action is definitely probably going to be coming towards you and saying like, hey, like, I still want to make this work. I'm still into you. You know, there's a really strong desire for you on this person's end, to say the least, especially with that Devil energy. You know, that's kind of what I was getting here. But I think that it's pretty clear We have two eyes here as well. One's crying and one's not. And one indicates using your psychic abilities and trusting your intuition. We have two cards about trusting your intuition. I think you know already how this situation is going to play out, because I think that you know that this person isn't able to implicate the changes that are needed at this time. So when they come forward, we have this club, which is talking about something will try to make you do something against your will. I think this person is going to try to convince you that they've changed. I think this person's going to try to convince you that it's better. They're going to try to make you see a certain side of them. And, you know, I'm not saying that this person is going to be flat out lying. I just think that maybe this person doesn't know all of the responsibility and all of the things that it takes in order to actually implicate those changes within themselves. You know what I'm saying? I think that these roots run a little bit deeper than they're realizing. And it's you know, you can have an inspiration to be better and to do better. But when it actually comes to keeping those promises, I feel like this person may be the type that will fall short, if that makes sense. So that's why we have this funnel, which is this period of frustration, and we also have lessons to be learned. Now, this goes back to that Justice card and that Nine of Pentacles. There's a lesson on both ends to be learned. First and foremost on this person's, and it seems like the lesson is like how you treat things that you really love or appreciate and admire. You know, you don't, because again, we have you are highly thought of. I think this person does hold you in a very high light, but it's like they're just not used to having something of valuable and holding on to it. It's almost like it just reminds me of that what would you even call it? Like the tale of as old as time in these readings of like, you don't know what you have until it's gone. And also I'm getting that what would you call this? I'm so sorry that my mind's going blank when it comes to names and things. I'm so sorry, pile 3. Bear with me here. It's like a quote that goes something along the lines of like, people that grew up in a burning house view the world as on fire as well. For some reason, that's kind of coming through with like, this is how they have an outlook and this is how they view the world. This is how this person has been interacting. This is how they've been doing things for a long time. It's highly unlikely that this person is just going to be able to wake up and change it and be, you know, the person that you need them to be. I feel like also, I hate to say it, but this rainbow, the most difficult part of the situation is over, is that there was a huge realization for you. And, you know, you could be getting over something that had happened within the situation that was really, really hard for you to digest. And with that being said, it seems as though the most difficult situation or part of the situation is over unless you decide to repeat it again. That's completely up to you. And I hate to be a little negative Nancy here, but I feel like Spirit's really looking out on your best interest. It just seems that, like I said, it just seems like a cycle is just going to get repeated. It may be the same thing for some of you that you already went through here with this person. And so, even though this person thinks of you so highly, this person has these feelings for you, or this person has this respect for you, it's their actions aren't a reflection of you. They're a reflection of them. And that's why it seems to not make any sense at times, or that's why it doesn't seem to align, because it really has not, their actions have nothing to do with you, and it seems to be their own issues here. Let's get some channeled messages and see what this person has to say. See what comes out for this. Oh, and also the message with this go wild as well. This Leo energy, this go wild. I think that this person is a lot of the time they're almost like I don't want to say this without sounding mean, but like a lot of time they're like a slave to their desires and stuff. And so their desires is you, but also that could be indication for other desires at the same time. It's like this person has addictions or something that they're trying to deal with that could be affecting their choices. All right, so what are some channeled messages from this person towards pile 3 in regards to the situation? I'm not doing well without you. We have I regret so many things. This I'm not doing well without you kind of makes me think of like this person and the way that they're feeling. Definitely in that beginning energy as well too. And so they're just trying to do anything or say anything to just be with you. And that's not necessarily the best thing. Yes, they're going to tell you what you want to hear, but they're not able to, like I said before, able to actually realize why things have happened and the changes. It just seems like it's going to be a repeated thing, but they know what they want, which is you. I'm going through a lot right now. This person could definitely be going through their own tower moment for sure. For sure. I want to look good for you. And even though it says I want to look good for you, I feel like this person, this is indication that this person's very attracted to you too. Like they may want to look good for you because they think you look good. I think this was more directed of like you look good to them. I don't know why. I know it's the exact opposite, but that's just the message that was coming through with that one. Okay, what are some more channeled messages? I blamed you for things that I did. If this person was the type that would like assume that you were doing naughty things and they were the one doing it, that's definitely that type of energy. It's a projection. A person that maybe this person had fears of you like doing the things that they were doing, because we can only see, you know, our perception is through our own perception. And so if they're capable of doing those things, they assume that you may be capable of doing those things, even though that may not have been the truth whatsoever, or maybe for some of you it was, but for the most part it's like that energy of like, well, if I'm doing this, they could be doing this too. We have let's make up. Yeah, that's what we were kind of seeing as well too. Like that person was like, regardless of all these issues, like I just want to be with you. I just want to I guess this person would say like, I want to have you by my side. And we have, where did you even come from? Oh, look at, I want you all to myself. After I just said that. Or something like that. I said something like that. Let's get one more. I don't know how I feel. Bottom of the deck, we have I lied so I wouldn't lose you. You live in my head rent-free. Yeah, so this person thinks about you all the time. For sure, they were trying to hide some truth from you. We have the Judgment card. This is about them kind of maybe opening up and facing that truth. I still stand by that. I think that they're not willing to 100% own up, but maybe for some of you they would. This I lied so I wouldn't lose you. It sounds sweet, you know, it's like, I don't want to lose you, so I want to protect your feelings. Like if that's something that they're kind of like, well, I didn't want to hurt you. That sounds so sweet and so great, but also at the same time, that's 100% manipulation. Like, of course, they don't want you to know the whole truth if they're doing something that would enable you to make choices that go against their wants and their desires. That's a very selfish thing to still do, even though it sounds like, oh, well, I didn't want to hurt you. It's like, no, you didn't want the other person to know, so they wouldn't do what they have to do and make a choice that goes against your will or your wants. And so I think that there's some immaturity and that this person is portraying here, and I think that there's a lot of growing up, especially emotionally, and when it comes to relationships, that this person kind of needs to do. I mean, we have I blamed you for things that I did. Yeah, that's not... I don't think this person is in a good energy for you right now at all. Yes, I think their next action is probably going to be to reach out to fix things. We have the let's make up, but I think that there's so much intuitive energy for you, pile 3, to say that, you know, to use your judgment on if you feel like it's worthy or not. And like I said before, if there was a cycle with this person previously that ended in tears, we have that crying energy that ended bad. This reading is here to tell you that it's just going to be repeated. So if you were wondering if this person had changed, if you were wondering if this person is going to stick to it this time, or if it's going to be different this time. Right now, based off the current energy, it doesn't look so. And I like to say based off the current energy because nothing is set in stone. People are allowed to grow. People are allowed to develop. You know, you never know where something's going to lead eventually. But right now, as you're watching this, it seems like it's not going to be what it is that you want it to be, or at least what you deserve or what you need it to be, you know? And I think with the Four of Swords, this is a message too to really think things through, that you don't have to make your choice yet. You don't have to make your decision yet, of course, but to really kind of don't let your 100% your like feelings get involved, because, you know, with this, I'm kind of looking at the swords being hung up on the wall. That's kind of putting your thoughts, putting your mind to rest before maybe making a choice here. That could definitely be indicating of that. But you know what? Let's go ahead and see what the advice is for you on that note, actually. So Spirit, what advice do we have towards pile 3? We have the Sun. I love that the Sun is coming out for you, because sometimes it's hard to see the sun, okay? So, oh my gosh, I'm burping. So sorry. I was like 3 in a row. Jeez. I'm going to move this so I can move your stuff all around. Okay. Oops, sorry, I'm messing these up. Oh, well. So the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Swords, which is I see the truth in this ending. We have a lot about seeing through illusions. We have the Seven of Cups here as well, too. The illusions could be the desire and the emotions as well, because sometimes our wants and our desires, you know, are actually, they can get us into trouble, to say the least. I think that's mainly for this person, mostly, but, you know, it still can, they can really, our emotions and our wants and our desires can really, really cloud things up and cloud the decisions of what we know to be true and what we need to do for ourselves. So I think there's a message here to listen to what it is you need and to see the truth instead of going by what it is you want to do. Sometimes we want something, of course. You know, I think we can all, you know, agree that sometimes we like, it's like if you're craving like junk food all the time, yes, junk food is good. And of course, you know, if you have some for sure, you're going to want some more. But sometimes we have to be that person, that, you know, figure in our life that says, hey, you know, this isn't good for us. Maybe we should, yes, we want this, but maybe we should eat something healthy today. Maybe we should do something better for us. That's kind of the analogy that I'm trying to, you know, say here, is that sometimes our wants aren't always the best thing for us. And we have to be able to see what truly is good for us and what we truly deserve. And sometimes it can cloud us so much. And I completely understand. Trust me, there's no judgment here. I completely get it, that our judgment can be very, very clouded, especially when there's something or somebody that comes in that we want really bad, or we just want it to work, or we see the potential. And like I said, nothing is set in stone forever. It just seems to be right now. So we have the Sun, which is, you know, a great optimistic energy. It says, I am optimistic and I appreciate all that I have. I feel like this is still reminding you that there's such good things to come, regardless of what you're going through or feeling right now. There's so many beautiful things that you have yet to experience and within your life. There's so many people you've yet to meet and stuff. And so being optimistic about your future, regardless of what it's looking like right now, can be very helpful. Of course, don't invalidate your feelings in any way. And maybe this energy isn't going to happen right now or today, but still to kind of have that hope alive, that you still have a whole life to live and you have a great future, and it doesn't end when a situation ends, or it doesn't end when somebody else says it's going to end. You know what I'm saying? There's still so much to look forward to for you, because the sun will come out for you. In fact, I think it's coming out sooner than you realize. And this is about your own sense of clarity and your own personal power as well. And then we have the Empress, which is I create what I choose naturally with joy. Now, the Empress is somebody, the Empress is somebody that has so much love to give, but also deserves respect and love at the same time. You know, somebody that rules an empire isn't going to lower their standards for somebody who's not going to appreciate them. Because with all that love that you have, that you hold within your heart, that you're able to give with this Empress energy, you deserve that same amount of respect, same amount of love, and the things that you give back, if not more, you know? And I think this is about you creating, you know, your future by your choices. And if you know where a situation is going to lead and it's going to end, and it's not going to end good, you know, sometimes we do have to take accountability, and we have to look into, why are we choosing that? Why is this happening to me? Instead of, you know, the other person figuring out why they're doing it. A lot of the time we can look at ourselves and find the answers easier. They're usually always within ourselves, you know what I'm saying? And so with that being said, I think there's a little bit of an accountability to take for your choices. It says, I create what I choose. And so what are you creating? What are you choosing? And I think this is an energy as well that's coming in for you, again, about an abundance too. So I don't want to be like, oh, lessons. Yes, there's an important lesson here, but this lesson isn't the end of it. You know what I'm saying? There's a great optimistic energy for your future with abundance and love and the sun and all of this. And I think that this is a great reminder that when a situation ends, or something goes wrong, or doesn't go the way that you want to, it's not the end of everything. There's so much beauty coming towards you. For some of you, there's a future with children here as well too, but I'm not getting into that right now, because that's a whole nother reading. But I just keep getting that message, and I keep really pointing to her belly. And so for some of you in the future, you may have children, and that's like a lot of love for you as well too. And then the last card we have for you is the Seven of Cups, which is, again, I trust myself to see the truth. When it comes to making choices, you know exactly what to do. You didn't even need me to tell you, I'm pretty sure. I think sometimes we just need to hear it from the other end. And sometimes we just need a reminder, and that's okay. Because we had so much intuitive energy here as well, which is telling me that you are a very intuitive person, that you are able to see a lot of things. And I'm hearing for some of you in particular, maybe when it comes to a specific person, it just seems like you could be so sure and very intuitive and smart, but for some reason when it comes to a specific person, all of that seems to kind of go away or go out the window. I'm hearing from Spirit that that's a sign as well of some healing, some karmic ties and some karmic healing as well too. So keep that in mind. And also I feel like with this 10 of Swords, which is so cool because we have the Ace of Swords under it. I was just going to say the 10 of Swords is a reminder to you of why things had to happen the way that they had to happen. There's a reminder here, a need to remember why. Because sometimes we forget, or sometimes we think, I'm hearing sometimes we think maybe we were the crazy ones, or maybe, like, I'm saying we as in you, like maybe sometimes you gaslight yourself out of your own choices and your own decisions. And I think that you need to remember that you are more than capable of making the right decisions for yourself, even if they're the hard ones. So other than that, though, like I said, like I really want to focus on the future here for you. Like you have great, beautiful things coming. The sun is going to come out for you. It's here in your reading for you to realize that it is going to come out for you. So please, please, please do your best to not be too hard on yourself, and allow yourself that time before you feel like you have to make a decision or jump to this or that. You know what I'm saying? Give yourself that space and that time to just sit with it. And give yourself time to allow things to process as well. I think that's really important for you at this time. There's a quote that, it's an affirmation that I find very helpful a lot of the time too, is that when you don't know what to do, do nothing. And that's something that we all can kind of use, at different points in our life as well. So just remember that, things, if they're meant to be, they'll wait for you. Things will happen the way that they're meant to be. And if you feel pressured, if you feel fearful, or you feel like you have to make a choice, that's usually when we should not make a choice. That's usually when we won't make the choice that's best for us, because we're kind of like, panicky all over the place. So allow yourself to rest, and your mind to rest, and your heart to rest. When it comes to the fears and the doubts and maybe even sometimes the pain, give yourself that grace and that peace and that space. If you don't have a meditation practice, I would definitely take up a meditation practice for most of you, to where you can just leave all your problems, seemingly, you know, you just have a specific time. That's your time that you can leave all of your problems, all of the world's issues, all of everyone else's issues. You can just leave that at a metaphorical door and have yourself in a metaphorical room and space where you can just be. That's something that I think it would be very beneficial. And like I said, don't, you know, it takes time and it takes practice, but try to come back to that space as much as possible, because you deserve it. This is your, like, look at it as that's your time. Not anything else's time. You know, that's your time to just be and to have peace. That's important, I feel like, for this pile, for sure. Peace of mind. So with that being said, I am going to leave this reading here. I want to thank you so much for staying. I really hope it helped. I hope you got something out of it. And thank you to all who subscribe or support this channel. Thank you to all who like and comment and share. And I really do appreciate every single one of you. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for letting me read for you, even if they are the hard readings, you know, that sometimes we don't want to hear. I feel like it would be, you know, a disservice to all of us if, you know, if it was just always what you want to hear, not what you need to hear. That just keeps us going in circles, you know. That keeps our egos happy, but it doesn't get us anywhere. So thank you for being also mature enough as well to hear things that maybe are tough, and be easy on yourself too. Like, if it's tough to hear these things like that, you be really kind to yourself. I never want to hurt anybody. My intention is to never make anyone feel worse as well. I just am here to I'm just here to do the readings, okay? So just know that I love you, and you got this. You're so much stronger than I think that you even realize, or you allow yourself to even realize, that, you know, you have this amazing strength and this amazing resilience, and nothing's gonna stop you, pile 3. Nothing. So on that note, I just want to say again, thank you for being here, and I'll see you guys in the next reading. Bye.